Consider the following table representing x and y values for this function 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1/2, and 1/4. Which of the following functions could be used to represent the data? So we have ourselves something that's linear, we have ourselves something that's quadratic, we have ourselves something that's exponential, we have ourselves something that's exponential. So let's do the linear first. The way you find out if something is linear is you see what you have to add to these guys and see if it's the same number. Find the rate of change. So to get from 2 to 1, you subtract 1. To get from 1 to 0.5, you subtract 0.5. To get from 1/2 to 1/4, you subtract 1/4. So these are not the same number. These are not linear. Now, the way you test to see if something is quadratic is you find the rate of change of the rate of change. See what you have to add to these numbers to get to the next number. So to get from -1 to -1/2, you add 1/2. And to get from 1/2 to -1/2 to -1/4, you add 1/4. So you're not quadratic either. So you must be exponential. So let me get rid of this, let me get rid of this, and let's do our exponential test. Now, exponential equations are in the form y equals a times b to the x. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see what I've multiplied to each number to get to the next number. If the numbers are the same, that ends up being my b, my base. So how do I get from 2 to 1? Take half of it. How do I get from 1 to 1/2? Take half of it. How do I get from 1/2 to 1/4? Take half of it. So what that means in this case is that b is 1/2. So what I have is y equals something times 1/2 to the x, which eliminates u. Now, if you're a little paranoid and wondering, well, where's that 4 coming from? Once you plug in a number, once you substitute in 1, you're going to get 1/2 to the first power, right? Which is 1/2. Well, I'm supposed to get 2. So what do you multiply to 1/2 to get to 2? 4. So 4 is basically that multiplier that you use to get the number that you need. So again, if I were to plug in 2, I would get 1/2 to the second power, which is 1/4. 4 times 1/4 is 1, and then so on and so forth. So D is our guy. D makes sense. Exponential. Hope this helps.